either.
So I was mentioning that I met Ajahn Thapakorn at his temple. He is the abbot or the leader of Wat Buddha-Dhamma in Willowbrook. And there are 5 monks there now. They're all from Thailand, 4 others plus Ajahn Thapakorn. Ajahn means teacher in Thai. Thapakorn is Ajahn given name, his given first name. And he's from the Trong province in southern Thailand. His mother and father and other family members are still there?
Yes, still there.
You told me today you are in touch with them by phone every day?
Yes, I'm gonna talk with them by phone, and right now they use Line. They use Line, app Line that we can have a free phone, free talking,
okay. That's a good price.
Video phone too.
That's good. Ajahn was noviced as a Buddhist monk at the age of 13. He took his full ordination and vows at the age of 20, and he's now been a monk for 23 years. So you know how old he is, if you follow that math.
How did you get to the United States?
Yes, my teacher invited me to the United States to teach the people in Illinois at Wat Buddha-Dhamma. Since 2004, I came here 14 years ago.
So after I picked him up this morning, I had to stop at Michael's craft store on the way, and it was so close to the temple that Ajahn was the one who navigated me through the parking lot and out back onto Route 83. So you know your neighborhood better than I do. So I think that's enough of an introduction. And today at 1 o'clock, Ajahn led us in a few minutes of meditation, which is, of course, the heart of Theravada Buddhist practice. And then he gave a nice Dharma talk, followed by, you left about 20 minutes for questions this afternoon. Yes. That can be our rough format tonight. Mm-hmm. Is that okay?
Okay.
Over to you.
Okay. Before I gonna keep the Dhamma talk, we have to practice meditation together. That is, you have a chance to practice meditation, and then you can understand more about meditation in Buddhism. Everything in Buddhism we have to practice by our own selves. No need to worship anything. The most important thing is taking care of your own self-action, right here and now. We practice samadhi, or that we call anapanasati. Anapanasati, that is mindfulness and awareness. Mindfulness and awareness. These techniques that we have to concentrate on our breath while we are breathing in long, breathing out long. When we're breathing in, we know it's follow its breathing in. We know it's follow its breathing out from moment to moment. Even though when you're breathing in short, you know short. You're breathing out short, you know short. From moment to moment like that. Sometimes you're breathing in long, and then you can breathing out long. If you're breathing in short, you're breathing out short, that you know, like this. From moment to moment, you know it's follow its breathing in, you know it's follow its breathing out from moment to moment. Peace of mind going on. Your mind do not go anywhere. There is nothing disturb your mind when you still follow your breath, while you are breathing in and breathing out, like this. Okay, let us start together. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Don't worry anything that's happened in the past. Don't worry anything that will happen in the future. Right here and now is the most important things. Focus on your breath. Breathing in long. Breathing out long. Breathing in long. Breathing out long. Breathing in long. Breathing out long. Keep going. We have to practice like this 3 times or 6 times from the beginnings. In each time when we start practice meditation. After that, we have to concentrate on our breath while we are breathing in and breathing out, not too short and not too long. You will not feel tired. Okay? Keep going. Breathing in and breathing out. Pay close attention. Okay? You know it's follow is breathing in. You know it's follow is breathing out. Keep going just like that. Peace of mind going on. If you think to anything else, concentrate on what you think about it and practice thinking 3 times, just like that, and then pull your mind back to practice original again. That's breathing in long, breathing out long. Pay close attention. Follow it. You will feel that the air past your nose, your nostrils, your throat, and then breathing out. You notice it come out. Pay attention. We're gonna practice like this together 5 minutes. Open your eyes. How do you feel while you were practicing meditation with this technique? That's breathing in and breathing out. How do you feel, Bruce?
I found myself centered, and then the other part that you talked about was awareness. So things like thunder brought me out of that centeredness. So that, at least for me, that was a struggle to stay in that moment.
And you just try again and again,
yes,
until your mind can follow your breath while you are breathing in and breathing out, and then you will realize right away peace of mind going on. Did you think of something else while you were practicing meditation?
No, I think I was able to stay.
Yeah, you are able to focus on it?
Yes.
Good, very good.
Thank you.
Very good. And how about you? What's your name?
Lynn.
Lynn.
I kept having thoughts coming into my mind, but I found that the method you're using, if I went back to having my mind just say, breathe in, breathe out, and be aware of the breathing, I could focus
Good,
again.
very good.
But then after 20 seconds, more thoughts would come back in. I would have to do it again to focus.
If we think to something else and then we know it, when we know it, concentrate on it, thinking like this. And then after that, pull your mind back to practice original again, breathing in and breathing out. You can redo so many times. Whatever you think, and then redo it again. And how about you,
Andrea?
Andrea?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Well, 5 minutes is a long time, and but it felt nice. But I found that when my mind wandered, just saying in my head, thinking, and then going back to my breath, that did help redirect me.
Yes, it is. That you can, your mind focus on the objects. What you think about it, that is become the mind objects at that
Right, and
moment.
so if I say that word, thinking, that breaks it for me.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then I
it
go
is.
back into the breathing.
Jeffrey,
Yeah, that's
Jeffrey,
good. And then you
turn the
can
lights down.
you can pull your mind back to practice original again. That is, there are so many objects that the mind can focus on it. You see, when we concentrate on our breath, while we were breathing in and breathing out, our mind concentrate on the air. That is our mind objects. When you have numbed, you have to concentrate on the numb feelings. Like that. You know right away, you know your mind in the present moment. If you have back pain, you have to concentrate on the painful feelings. Like that, paining, then your mind know in the present moment. The same as you concentrate on the mind objects, what you think about it. That matters.
So you should be saying a word to yourself about what you're thinking about?
Yeah, 3 times.
Oh.
When you think, you have to say like that, thinking. Don't condition it.
Don't what?
Don't condition it.
Condition it.
Don't condition it. If you condition it, you're gonna think more and more and go according to you what you think about it. Just practice thinking like this. At that moment, we have momentary concentration appear with the practitioner from moment to moment. Whatever we do in our daily lives, it's just the moment. No one can do anything forever. You have to observe to the truth. You think to that matters for a while. After that, you gonna stop thinking that matters, right?
That's
When you gonna stop thinking that story, you think to it for a while. When you work, Okay, this is when you work for 8 hours. After that, you have to stop working. It's just the moment, right? Contemporary phenomena that you do something like that. The same as when we think about it, we think to it for a while, right? And then you have to do other things instead. Buddha said that all things are impermanent, all things are subject to change, all things are non-self. There is no anything permanent. You see, when we concentrate on our breath while we are breathing in long, and then can we breathing in long only? Clear. Can we breathing in only?
No.
No. Why? It is impossible, right?
Yeah.
That is, it is impermanent. It is subject to change. We have to breathe out. And then breathe in has gone away. No cell of breathing. No cell of breathing in. And then we have to breathing out. Can we breathe out only? Clear. No way. It is impossible, right? We have to breathe in again. What is this? What is the truth of this while we are breathing in and breathing out? When we observe to the truth, we will realize right away. Breathing in is impermanent. Breathing in is subject to change. Breathing in is non-self. Breathing out is impermanent. Breathing out is subject to change. Breathing out is non-self. It's just like this, contemporary phenomena of the air that we're breathing in and breathing out. But our mind can focus on it. And then our mind can go on with peace, with our breath while we are breathing in and breathing out. Like this. At the same time, we understand the truth of the true nature. We understand that. While we are practicing meditation, breathing in and breathing out is impermanent, subject to change and non-self. Buddha said that all things are in this law. That is mean the law of change. If about the other things, if we observe to our body, when we observe to our body, from the baby boy and the baby girls, right? You see, we grow up as a boy and a girls and a teenagers and adults and old men and old ladies, and we die. This is the law of change, right? Nothing permanent. All things are impermanent. All things are subject to change. All things are non-self, said by the Buddhas. Like this. When we practice meditation, we can understand this truth. We can understand this truth too. But our mind can go on with peace. What is this power at the moment when we are practicing meditation? What is this powers? Bells. What is this powers? If your mind going on with peace while you are practicing meditation, this is the power of peaceful mind. If while you are practicing meditation, you feel so good and happy feeling arise in you, what is this power? This is the power of happiness arise in you. While you are practicing meditation and then you thought to your enemies and then you feel bad, what is that power? That is the power of suffering. Right here and now. You see how many powers of our mind arise at this moment. The power of suffering, the power of happiness, the power of peaceful mind. Which one do you prefer? And
Change.
which one do you prefer?
Happiness indeed. One of the things I have learned.
Yeah, we love the power of happiness. What we gonna do?
One of the things I learned somewhere was that breathing deep down from the abdomen
Mm-hmm.
created more of a feeling of relaxation rather than breathing from the chest. Is
And
that
then
something that you have
and-
discovered too?
And then you feel happy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got the power of happiness right away when you are so happy while you are practicing meditation. You see, it can heal sufferings, right? Someone, they have some diseases. When they practice meditation, they have a peace of mind. They are so enjoy. They are so happy with practicing meditation. If they feel like that, that is the power of happiness arise. According to this way, it depends on our action that we practice it. If you, while you are practicing meditation, if you feel bad, get mad and sad, you're gonna gain the power of suffering. What are you gonna do? If you know you have a power of suffering, clear, what are you gonna do?
If I find myself with the power of suffering,
Yes, if you got the power of suffering, what are you gonna do?
I have to pull myself back from it and try to get myself in the right mind.
You have to pull your mind to the right position, right? If you have a power of suffering, that is mean you have to cling to some things. That's why suffering arises in you. While you are talking with your friends, and then your friend accuse you and blame you, insulted you, at that moment, you cling to it. What happened to you? Power of suffering arises. What are you gonna do? The most important thing we have to concentrate on suffering feeling that's arise in us at that moment. What we gonna do?
Give it up.
And then when we know that the power of suffering arises, we have to concentrate on its powers. Keep going, keep going, keep going, until you realize by your own self that power of suffering fade away, and then there is no self of suffering feeling anymore. What it is truth. We realize the truth of powers of suffering. It is impermanent, it is subject to change and no self, right? And then next times, you have to observe to yourselves. If someone blame you and criticize you again, what are you gonna do? Do not cling to what they blame you and criticize you. It is challenging for all human beings to put it into practice. Usually the people, they gonna cling to it right away whenever the people blame them and criticize them, right, Claire? And Natasha and Andrea.
Yeah.
Andrea, if someone blame you and criticize you, can you stop clinging, or you gonna cling to it right away?
Well, I think if you're kind of aware of what you're feeling, you can choose to cling to it less.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes wrapped up in the moment, you might just react.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly.
And, so that's when troubles could arise, I suppose, or that's when you could feel hurt. But I think if you just say to yourself, I'm suffering, and I kind of realize what it is, then you can maybe put it aside.
That is, we have to, when someone blames us and criticizes us, that if we have to understand, we have to understand that. If it is true, we have to accept the things as they are. If it does not true, what we gonna do? We have to tell ourselves, hey, I did not do that. Why do I have to get angry them? Right? And then when you tell yourself like this, you do not cling to it. When you do not cling to it, power of suffering will not arise. But if you cling to it, it is true, you cling to it. It does not true, you cling to it. Suffering arises in you. And then you're going to move on the power of suffering for a while, maybe a few minutes. After that, power of suffering has gone away. You see? And then in the opposite way, when someone admires you, Jane, you are so beautiful. They admire you, you smile and so happy, right? You see that? Happy feeling arise in you. That is the power of happiness arise in you at that moment. What are you going to do with it to realize the truth? You have to concentrate on happy feelings that arise in you. And keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going until you realize that. Happy feeling fade away. You see, the power of happiness move on just like that. In between the power of suffering and the power of happiness, it is in the law of change. That is impermanent. It is impermanent, it is subject to change and no self. Are these feelings belong to you for forever, Bills?
No feelings, really,
Can
forever.
Can power of
Unless you
sufferings belong to
imagine
you
them.
forever? Can power of happiness belong to you forever? No.
Well, you have to,
It is
Continue.
impossible, right?
yeah, you can have to continue reinforcing it or building it, any feeling, for any feeling
Right.
to persist.
Exactly. No one can belong to any powers forever.
Well, unless you choose
We
to.
just know the power of happiness for a while. We just know the power of suffering for a while, right here and now. It does not after this. It does not after this, right here and now. You see, exactly, no one belongs to anything. Even though the feeling that arises in our body, we just know it for a while and then it fades away. Both suffering feelings, happy feeling, and peaceful feelings. When we understand like this, we choose not cling to any kinds of feeling, right? We choose not cling to it, right? We choose not cling to any feeling. Oh, the feeling arise, the mind just know it. Suffering feeling arise, the mind know it. Happy feeling arise, the mind know it. Peaceful feelings going on, the mind just know it. The mind function its duties, just know the feelings. You know that? The mind know the feeling. Okay, everybody, clap your hand. What powers arise? It's warmth, right? It's warm. It's warm. What is this power? If we clap it really hard, painful feeling arise. That is the power of suffering, right? Okay, when you walk clumsy and eat the leg of the tables, What is that power arise? Bruce. The power of suffering arise, right?
Power of embarrassment.
No, pain.
Painful feeling arise. That is the power of suffering arise. What should we do when this power of feeling arise? The most important thing at that moment, we have to concentrate on it, meditate on the painful feeling and keep going until we realize that painful feeling is impermanent, subject to change and no selves. After painful feeling has gone away, what are you going to do? You can go to take some tiger balm, monkey balm to rub it and then heal black and blue, right? That is later. Bruce, you have any question?
I do. You could tell.
Okay.
So the question that is coming to my mind now is you've talked about suffering, you've talked about happiness, you've talked about peace. When you see injustice, when you see the suffering of others, I mean, my first reaction is to go to the suffering, not to go to the happiness, not to go to the peace. And to me, that seems like that's where I want to be centered, is with the suffering of the other. And yet, I guess I'm struggling to understand how you reconcile that notion of seeing the suffering, but then finding peace in the suffering of others. Do you understand my question?
Any kind of feeling that arises in us, we have to understand that. If suffering feeling arises while you see someone who have suffering, and then you feel bad, you have to know that our mind cling to what we dislike. That is mean we don't want it happen with our friends, that we feel bad. You see that the mind cling to what we dislike. You have to understand that, this suffering arise in us because of we cling to it. You cling short or long, but that is clinging or attachment arise for a while. If we observe to the truth, it arise, exists, gone. When you feel so good, like you go to the parties, you enjoy, you drink, you dance, happy feeling arise in us. Like that. You see, mostly we do not observe to it. We know we are so happy. But when we practice more with meditation, our mind pay close attention and concentrate on it, until we realize that happy feeling still suffering. Have you ever observed something like that? Clay. For example, when we buy lottery and bill, you won the jackpot. How do you feel? You are so excited. It's really, really extreme happiness arise in you, right?
I guess.
You see that? Your mind,
We're doing that.
your mind feel tired, anxious and tormented, and you cannot sleep. The mind have no peace. You see? Peace of mind. If you observe to the peace of mind, there is no any conditions to move on our mind. When you feel happy, there is the condition to make you happy, and then you are happy. When you feel bad, get mad and sad, there is the condition to make you feel bad. But peaceful mind, there is no any condition. This is the original mind of all human beings. Anything?
Yeah, this afternoon you
Jeffrey?
used the phrase peace of mind a lot,
Mhm.
and people were thinking that's the happy mind.
Yes.
But I figured it out in the talk that by peace of mind you kind of mean a neutral mind,
Right. Yeah, it is. It is.
a mind that's not attached
Mm-hmm.
to the happiness that comes and goes,
Right.
to the suffering that comes and
Come
goes.
and go.
It's the eternal mind.
Mm-hmm.
You said this afternoon something very interesting. The peace of mind is the mind that we're born with, the original mind, didn't you say?
Yeah, it is.
You know, in Christianity we have original sin.
Mhm.
You talked
The original mind.
you talked about the original mind that we're born with
Mhm.
is calm,
Mhm.
peace of mind.
Right. If we observe to our mind, before your friends blame you and criticize you, we have already had a peaceful mind, right? When they blame you and criticize you, your mind cling to it. Suffering mind arise. Not for a long time. Suffering mind fade away. No self of suffering mind. And then it says gone. You work, keep going, working with the neutral state of mind. Keep going, keep going. And then your friend come into the office and say with the beautiful words, hey, you are so beautiful and rare. I keep you this. You smile and so happy. You see, peaceful mind disappears, and then happy mind arise instead. Happy mind arise instead. Happy mind arise, keep going for a while, and then happy mind fades away. That is exactly all human beings have the peace of mind from the beginnings. That is the original mind of all human beings. If you observe it, you will realize it.
So are you saying that meditation helps you strengthen your peace of mind to carry you through the happiness ups and the sadness downs of daily living more than if you didn't meditate? Is that kind of what you're saying the benefits of meditation are?
That is the benefits of meditation can help the people to be free from suffering. You know, someone they worry, they feel bad, get mad and sad, and then what they gonna do? When they practice meditation, they can stop their worry mind. They can stop their bad feelings,
Right.
and then peace of mind going on instead.
But you don't meditate all the time. You don't meditate from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep. Well, you might, but we don't. We have lives and children and jobs, and we have to cook and clean and work and commute and fix things and clean and all those things, right?
Exactly.
So this is something, if I'm understanding, so this is a question, this is something that you can do that gives you a stronger base with which to deal with the ups and maybe more realistically the downs of daily living. Is that the way you're seeing it? I mean, you're not going to only feel happiness if you meditate 3 times a day or 5 or 7 or 20 or 50 or 1,000. You're not going to only feel happiness. If you do it 1,000, you will not have a life, but because you won't have time for anything else. But we all have to have time for every other things.
Mhm. Exactly, we all practice meditation. We are Christians or we are Buddhists, we are Hindus, but all human beings practice meditation.
All human beings practice meditation?
Exactly.
Well, I don't think they do.
I'm gonna explain for you understand.
You
Right.
think that all human beings practice meditation?
Right
Do I
now.
understand your English is a little difficult sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
You think they do?
Right now, do we practice meditation while I am talking?
Well, the 7 of us do, but what about everybody else?
At this moment, all of us practice meditation because our ears, your ears concentrate on my sound. And then my sound become your ears, my objects. You will realize right away you have a peace of mind or not. If you have peace of mind, okay, your mind going on with peace. If you cling to what I'm talking about, what is that, Ajahn Thapakorn? And then your mind going on with clinging at that moment. You know your mind going on with what you cling. At this moment, all of us practice meditation. My ear hear my sound. Your ears hear my sounds. At this moment, you focus on it, right? At this moment, we practice meditation. While your wife, Bells, talk with you, hey, Bells, come back home early. I gonna have birthday party for you. While you talk on phone with your wife, do you meditate on her sound? Do you?
Well, that's a pretty loose definition of meditate, but sometimes.
Mostly the people understanding practicing meditation in the system. That is cross our leg and straight our body, breathing in and breathing out, just like this.
Mm-hmm.
But when we do other activity, we think we do not practice meditation. We work. We talk on phone.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, we meditate on the sound, our sound. The sound that you concentrate on it, that you meditate on the sound.
So you're using the word meditate, very broadly, maybe in the way that have you read this book? That he talks about living in the present.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
But
is the power of now while we are talking each other. There is the power of now to understand what we are discussing each other's. Our ear concentrate on it. We have mindfulness and awareness. That's why you understand what I'm talking about it. You see that? We meditate on the sound at this moment.
Some of us and some of us sometimes do that more, and other times we do it less. Other times my wife is talking to me on the phone and I'm not really listening because she's just telling me about her day or telling me all the things I do wrong.
Really?
Right? I mean, sometimes you're not really paying attention even though you're there. You're in a room with someone.
I have a question
Well, just
that
a minute.
maybe will illuminate this.
So I don't think that we are always meditating.
While
strongly on-
you are driving the car to the church, do you meditate on it?
Well, sometimes and sometimes not, right?
If you do not meditate on it, you're gonna hit the
gonna
car in
crash.
front of you.
In the extreme, but I mean, sometimes you're paying great attention and sometimes you're paying less attention. Just like when you drive and talk on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
gosh, I just drove 10 miles and I don't remember a single thing
Yeah.
because I was talking on my cell phone. How did I do that? Somehow I made it through and I didn't crash, although I maybe could have crashed, but I wasn't really meditating on the driving.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I was talking on the phone and, gee, now I'm at my destination somehow miraculously, even though I was not focusing on the driving. So I would say, no, we're not always meditating on what we're doing.
But
So
Okay.
we're down, we have 10 minutes only.
Really?
Can you believe it? And I know Jane had a thought,
Okay.
and also
Okay.
Andrew.
I was wanting to differentiate between meditate, concentrate, pay attention,
Mm-hmm.
and,
Knowings.
well, knowing certainly,
Knowings.
but also in reference to driving a car,
Mm-hmm.
for most of us who've been driving many years, it's automatic. Thoughts and reactions can be automatic also, so that if we don't pay attention, they can spin and spin into something very negative. So, to my mind, meditating is a conscious effort
Mm-hmm.
to avoid repetitive thoughts or having too much attention paid to one thing. So it's
Mhm.
not paying attention. It's not concentrating either, because one can concentrate on something that does not create the desired end of freeing the mind from thoughts. So
do you know momentary concentration? That is like while you are driving the car, okay, you are driving the car, you look at the car in front of you, you look at the side mirrors, and then not for a long time, your wife call you, hey, how are you? How are you, honey? You talk with your wife. At that moment, your ear concentrate on her sound. You see momentary concentration. And then after that, oh, she hang up. And then you driving, keep going. Concentrate the car in front of you again. When we practice meditation, there is no permanent of the mind to focus on only one thing forever. If we observe while we were practicing meditation, we concentrate on our breath, breathing in and breathing out for a few minutes. After that, you think to your friend, your home, your daughter. Our mind concentrate on the other objects. There are so many objects that the mind can concentrate on it. While we are reading the power of now, okay, our eyes concentrate on these paragraphs, on these words. Keep going, reading. We have mindfulness and awareness from moment to moment. You see, momentary concentration.
And are you saying that that's meditation? The concentration in the moment is your mind
Focus
focusing
on
that.
it.
Just like when you do this meditation exercise, we're focusing on our breath. And those other things, we're focusing on whatever it is,
Yes.
the phone call or the driving or the reading. And to me, what it means is that you're really into whatever it is that you're focusing on. When you're doing the exercises with our breath, we're really focusing on our breath. When we're reading our story, we're very focused on that. We don't let
Yeah.
ourselves get distracted with
Yeah,
these
that
other
is
things.
momentary concentration appear with us. You see, from moment to moment. Like if we practice meditation for 10 minutes, that is the moment. From this moment, we concentrate on our breath. After we practice meditation with this technique, and then I kind of keep a Dhamma talk. I keep a Dhamma talk, and then your ear concentrate on my sound. This moment you concentrate on my sound. You're still practicing meditation. We are still practicing meditation, but we change the objects. And then in Buddhism, we still have the other technique. We can practice walking meditation. When we practice walking meditation, right go thus, left go thus, right go thus, left go thus. Our mind concentrate on our foot in each moment when we move. What is the object of the mind? The object of the mind, that is our foot. While we are moving, right go thus, left go thus, right go thus, left go thus, like that. You see, that's why mostly we practice, everyone practice meditation, but they do not know they practice meditation.
Well, I have a question. If you purposely put yourself on autopilot walking and let your mind purposely concentrate on something you're trying to solve or some problem, and you're really focused on that even though your body is going through this motion, would you call that meditation too? If it's intentional, what you're thinking about?
Yeah, whatever you concentrate on it, your mind meditate with that thing.
Right. But if other distracting things come in your mind, then you're not really meditating, because that's when you have to kind of refocus.
If something disturb our mind, we know one thing. We know one thing. You see, there's so many things come into your mind, but one thing that you know, but you concentrate with that thing. You can tell me what you think about it. That is mean you know, you have mindfulness and awareness to know what you think about it or what you worry about it. That what you worry become your mind objects. What you think become your mind objects. If we understand like this, exactly everyone practice meditation. That is mean our mind concentrate on it. That is mean it. Our mind concentrate on the objects. There are so many objects for our mind concentrate on it, right?
May I add a thought that it will either help or make things more confused? I think it's Eckhart Tolle who talks about thinking about your thinking, or being an observer, a watcher of your thinking. I think that's what Vipassana is,
Right.
which is translated in North America as mindfulness.
Vipassana, that is mean samadhi and vipassana, that is the same things. Knowing things happen with us. That is mean knowing things happen with our mind. Like when you worry, you know it. When you worry, you know it is arrived, exists and gone. The mind concentrate on it, and you know it is gone.
So
when we feel numb, when the numb feeling arise in us, we know it. When we straight our leg, it's straight away. You see, it's gone.
So if you go to a mindfulness training at the YMCA or something, because mindfulness is everywhere in our society, books and T-shirts and everywhere. I think it's about always being aware. It's always being aware. Feelings, thoughts, sensations. St. Paul said, pray without ceasing. I don't know if that's what he meant, but to put it in Christian language, it might be what he meant. To live with constant awareness, alertness to the moment, to one's surroundings, but most importantly, to what's happening between the ears and also the accompanying emotions. Rather than living without awareness of those things, which is rather dangerous, because then things can arise and overcome us. Am I helping or hurting in my
Good.
explanation?
Good.
So thinking about thinking, always be aware.
Okay,
So the
Come
Tolle
back, sort of come back.
idea of thinking about your thinking, you're saying is what is contemporarily called mindfulness.
Which is,
So
Which
really
comes
this
from
is
Buddhism.
just mindfulness.
Yeah.
yes,
And which came first, this book or mindfulness?
this book. So this is 1997. The big mindfulness explosion in popular culture was just in the last 10 years or so.
Okay.
But it all comes from Vipassana,
Yeah, it's all-
Theravada Buddhism.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Vipassana, that is mean we know our mind in the present moment. This is long time ago that the human being learned. You know, before Buddhism, the people in India, they practice meditation for Buddhism. And then, what is the Buddha have attained enlightenment? The Buddha have attained enlightenment, paticca samuppada. That is mean, depend on this thing arise. Depend on our mind cling to what we dislike, suffering arise. Depend on our mind cling to what the mind likes, happy feeling arise. If we do not cling to anything, peace of mind going on, that is mean, peace of mind, keep going. That is the original mind. But you have to understand meditation arose in this world before Buddha. Before Buddha, the people in India, they practice meditation. But the Buddha learned meditation before he had attained enlightenment. After he had attained enlightenment, he still teaches meditation for Buddhist monks understand, to calm down their mind, to move on their mind with peace. That's why the Buddha teaches anapanasati. We have to concentrate on our mind while we are breathing in and breathing out. What is the reason of the Buddha? The Buddha wants all of us understand the truth of the true nature. It is on things are impermanent, on things are subject to change, on things are non-self. Do not cling to anything, and then suffering will not arise in us. If we cling to it, the power of suffering arises. If we cling to what we like, the power of happiness arises. But if we cling nothing, peace of mind going on. In between suffering feeling, happy feelings, which one do we prefer? We prefer happy feeling, right? But happy feelings is impermanent, subject to change and gone. It does not belong to anyone. It belongs to us for a while, and it has gone. That's why we should not cling to any kind of feeling.
Why wouldn't you cling to it as long as it lasts?
Yes, even though you cling,
But why not? Why wouldn't you? Well, wouldn't that be a good thing to do?
that is, if we cling, suffering arises. But we choose not cling to it. But we have right to cling.
If
Well,
we
I
cling
think-
to
Because if you
happiness,
don't-
then
if you don't-
suffering will arise? Is
Because
that
we
what you
don't
said?
have it anymore.
Yeah,
Because
the
then,
impermanence of it.
exactly, happiness will go, and then where are you?
I think
Well,
it's
then you're
fair
back
say-
to wherever you would have been.
I think it's fair to say to
It's a bunch of
appreciate
mumbo jumbo.
or to enjoy the happiness, but then not to cling to it.
Right. Exactly, Andrea, you understand that.
I got it.
Happy feeling can arise. If we have right to enjoy both. We have, okay, you watch football, you like it. I watch football, I like it. Yes. And then I do not cling to the happiness that arises in me. I just know I feel happy, and that is we suffer. If you cling, your suffering feeling arises in you, but you have to realize that it arises, exists, and gone, not for a long time.
Experience it, but then don't cling to it.
It's kind
Yeah,
of,
well,
kind of
that's
a way
how
of
life
saying
is.
that happiness is not me. And also, that broken toe that's giving me pain is not me,
Uh-huh.
right? So you can feel it. You can
Yes.
feel it, the toe, you can also feel
We
happiness.
feel it's
Yeah,
for a while.
But it is not me. And in 5 minutes, it's, I can't always eat ice cream
Uh-huh.
and
Right.
enjoy it. I cannot.
Right.
But eat it for now, be aware, it's bringing you experience of happiness, and that it's for the now. Enjoy it in the
Yeah.
now, because 10 minutes from now,
Right,
it's
it
all
is.
gonna melt, whatever.
Right.
I had a great experience with you today, all day.
Mhm.
We went to the Baha'i Temple, and we were talking, taking pictures, but then, as we walked from garden to garden, there's 9 gardens there, you've been there, you said, Jeffrey, walking meditation.
Right.
And then we went inside, looked around, Jeffrey, sit down, meditate. I think people who have success in the spiritual life learn to kind of build it in to every kind of activity throughout the day. And my last church, I had somebody who went to Costa Rica to learn mindfulness. I don't think you have to go to Costa Rica, but she came back and she said, I learned like when I'm washing the dishes, to make that a mindful activity.
Right.
Brushing teeth.
Yeah,
Right.
You can do it mindfully,
that's very true.
and just, it takes on a kind of like a quality
Yeah,
that it didn't have before. But don't think that, okay, I'm feeling blue, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm gonna go brush my teeth and get that zone back, right? Because then you're clinging to that.
yeah.
I don't mean to be the Buddhist teacher here, but I'm trying to help.
I understand
Clarify.
that. I understand
You're
that. That
doing-
is mean, we can practice meditation all the times with whatever we concentrate on it. Like while we are brushing our teeth, while we are brushing, we know it's brushing. Okay, know that. Concentrate on it. Okay, when you move your hand, okay, moving. When you touching. When you lift things. When you walk, you practice walking. And then we will realize that one truth. It's just contemporary, if you know. Like we practice walking. I practice walking meditation with Jeffrey at the Baha'i path, the circle walk path. Just concentrate on it and walking. When we stop, and we know just a moment, and start again, and keep going. Nothing to cling. Just keep going in the present moment. That we know the power of now, of our mind, and that moment, oh, no suffering. If you cling to it, you have power of suffering. I do not cling to it. I have power of peaceful. You see, in between power of suffering, power of happiness, power of peaceful, which one is the most important things? The power of peaceful. We can do whatever in our daily life, but if our mind do not cling to it, the power of peaceful mind going on. If we cling to what we like, the power of happiness arise right here and now. If we cling to what we dislike, the power of suffering arise right here and now. You see, we live in this world here and now. Right here and now, it is the most important things for our life, right here and now. In the past 10 minutes, it does not important. It had already gone. No one can go back. But right here and now, this is the most important thing in your life right here and now and real. Can you tell me what's power of mind going on with you?
The power of my mind going on right now?
Yes.
I think what it is kind of enjoying learning about this kind of this.
That is the
small
power
group
of
talking.
happiness, right?
Yeah.
That is the power of happiness arise in you here and now. Power of now. You see that? And now about you, what's your name?
Lynn.
Lent. What powers arise in you right now?
I think more awareness of the now. And reading this book, I've been trying to do that as you've been describing right now. I've been trying to do that
Good.
on a daily basis.
Good. Observe to yourself too.
Well, whatever I'm doing.
What
just,
power
yeah, whatever
arise
I'm
in you?
doing, just think about what I'm doing right then, instead of
Power of
organize
peace,
the future.
the power of peaceful mind is going on, right?
Ajahn, I'm sorry, it's 10 after 8,
Okay.
and I want to respect everyone's time, including yours.
Okay. I would like to conclude what I'm talking tonight. If we concentrate on, whenever we concentrate on the objects, at that moment we meditate on it. We practice meditation. There are so many objects that that the mind can concentrate on it. Okay? And then when we keep going, our mind like that, we realize right away that is the power of peaceful mind going on. If we cling to what we dislike, the power of suffering going on at that moment. If we cling to what we like, the power of happiness going on. Right here and now. That is the power of now. Observe to our mind, and then we will realize what powers arise in us right here and now, or the power of peaceful mind appears. This is the original mind for all human beings. Please observe to it, and then you can understand the power of our mind right here and now. Thank you very much for coming and joining with me. May all of you be free from suffering. May all of you maintain your peace of mind. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.